Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today, from Katowice 2021, which was the World Championships for 2020, it's going to be Clem versus Zest from their quarterfinals match, or series, here on Pillars of Gold. Bottom left-hand corner, it is a red Protoss player. You may know him as the best Protoss in the world right now. It is Zest. And in the top right, it is Clem, an 18-year-old Terran player hailing from France. So an excellent young player versus a more established Protoss player. And I'm really excited to see how this European will face off against a Korean. Man, the region lock worked so very, very well. It was a good idea, I feel like. Just because, I don't know, it gets more countries interested, gets more people interested in StarCraft 2. Just in time for no more expansions. Maybe they should have done this back in Wings of Liberty, but I don't know. I just love this game, and I'm going to keep casting it. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, I recommend you do so. I'm here 5 days a week with StarCraft 2. I'm not going anywhere, okay? I know some of you look at this and say, but your channel is just a few months old. No, it's not. I mean, yes, it is, but I've been casting StarCraft 2 on YouTube since 2015. I actually just hit my 6-year mark. So that's some exciting stuff. But I was casting some Brood War over on the StarCraft 2 channel eventually, and then Brood War took over and became the bigger thing. And I was like, well, the sad thing is that Brood War fans and StarCraft 2 fans don't like each other, and there were some problems. So I swapped out the StarCraft 2 stuff, put it over here, and this is where we live. So again, if you want to support the channel, leave a comment, leave a like, I'd appreciate it. And let's get on into this thing. Reaper on the way from Clem. I mean, this is not something all Terran players do right now, is Reaper versus Protoss. But if I was playing against Zest, I'd want to scout him too. So Reaper's name is The Flash. The fastest man alive messed with the Speed Force one too many times. So The Flash ended up going near the speed of light, traveling forward in time of Mengsk Dominion, but out of power to get himself back home. The Flash was then caught jogging past curfew and stuffed into a Reaper suit. Well, at least he is still faster than most men alive. Oh, poor The Flash. He's out of juice, man. No powers available at all. He can still go faster than most stuff. Zerglings will catch him if they have the speed upgrade, though. And most men, I believe, is what it was said. So, PvT here on Pillars of Gold. I like PvT. I wish Mech was a little bit more viable in this matchup for Terran, but with the Marines, the Marauders, the Widowmines, the Medivacs, the Liberators, it's kind of funny how similar their strategy is versus both Zerg and Protoss right now. Look at this. Protoss expand. A bunker at the top is not too crazy, right, if you're playing against a Zerg player. But just trying to make sure the Adepts come up here, take some early shots, and can't really do anything else. Now, the Protoss side, definitely want the Storm. You definitely want some kind of splash damage. Whether it's Disruptors, Archons, Colossus can be very, very good in a PvT. Holy smokes, it can be super good in a PvT. Adepts, nope, that's why you lift off your wall. You wall off high ground here against Protoss if you're Terran, full show. Otherwise, you're just fine. There's an Oracle coming in from the Protoss player. Let's see, where it is. Okay, so Oracle is actually out and cruising. Cruising, possibly for a bruising. Let's see what anti-air there is for Clem. Does he have a Cyclone? No. Oh, he starts a Viking as soon as he scouts that. The Hellion saw the Oracle coming. How many Marines do we have? 5 is not actually the number. You want probably 6. 5 can probably do it. But 6 is ideal if you're going to win this fight against the Oracle. Oh, there's even a Widowmine. Okay, so we like the Widowmine. 1 SCV dies. This is really nothing to worry about at all. Oh, free hits too with the Marines. Another SCV does go down, but I think Clem has handled this with aplomb, considering he had 5 Marines and a Widowmine when it came down to when the Oracle showed up. So great job by him. Oh, and this is a 4K cast, so I hope you're enjoying it. I think things are going pretty well with the 4K here for StarCraft 2. I don't have any complaints about it. Anyway, it's fine. It helps, it kind of actually makes the scrolling a little bit smoother, I feel like, which is cool. Oh, did both those Hellions die and did our Reaper die? No, our Reaper is still alive. Is this our Reaper? Our Reaper is still alive. Flash! He's got 2 kills and, oh, he gets lifted and killed. What an ignominious death. Horrible. horrible way to die there. You get lifted and de-immobilized and then just assassinated. You can't even fight back. Brutal stuff. All right, Clem's third base is coming in here at about 5 minutes. Zest's third base is on the way too, obviously. And it's Phoenix, man. We're continuing to pump Phoenix here out of Zest. So whether that works out or not, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of kind of just big balls of Phoenix against Terran. It can be really good, but it's kind of like going Mutalisks against Terran, where if you fly over the wrong thing, a couple Widow Mines, a bunch of Marines, suddenly your entire flock is dead, and then you hate yourself. So, yeah, the Phoenix are coming in, but Viking shots, okay, Viking dies, but oh, Cyclones, I forgot about Cyclones too. Really, really good against Phoenix. This is a pretty aggressive push with the third base behind it from Clem. So it's not like a two-baser or anything like that, but we are pushing across the map. We are being revealed, but I'm not sure how much that matters. Clem does not care. He needs to get here fast. He's got the high ground. So, yeah, killing a free Oracle is not bad. That Marine count, that's right. The Marines are really good against the Phoenix unless there are enough Phoenix to lift most of them, and there are Zealots on the ground to chase back the rest of the Marines that are trying to defend their buddies who are in the sky. This is looking pretty dicey for Clem. He's getting his stuff lifted. The Zealots are making sure the Marines can't really stand still, and when they do, they get hacked into a million pieces. And Zest is on the Warpath counterattack here now. Suddenly, we really need a bunker. Suddenly, we need a siege tank. Suddenly, the SCVs need to get pulled to try to defend, to try to buffer for some of these Marines. The Marines are everything right now. The siege tank is getting focused down by the Phoenix do end up getting it here. 10 SCVs die. The bunker finishes. They do kill a couple Zealots on the way out. And Clem maybe managed to stabilize here. There is no third base. I mean, there's a third base. It's just not in the third base location. The third command center is here. Phoenix trying to find what additional damage they can do. I mean, honestly, if you didn't have a missile turret at this point, I'm not sure what we're doing. Did they just accidentally kill one of their own buddies? Did a Marine just come out of this barracks and die because they killed him? Wow. A little bit of friendly fire there. Okay, a lot of bit of friendly fire there. Whew. Robotics facility in production. And the Phoenix trying to find more damage here. We're going to lose another... I feel like we're going to lose another Phoenix, but maybe not. Maybe that's not what we're doing here at all. More robotics facility coming in. Maybe that's the same one I saw earlier. Templar Archives, too. So, Storm Archons, Colossus, all these things are in play right now. I do love getting at least 3 Colossus versus Terran. I think it's a really, really good strategy. Third base finally landing for Clem, but Zest has been on 3 bases for some time, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, how long has he been here? Since at least 5 minutes, right? So 3-minute head start on that third base, whereas Clem, his third base is just now landing. Oracle has got 2 kills, nothing too crazy. I think maybe that's even the 2 kills that he got at the start of the game, so nothing, no new damage here anyway. Psionic Storm in that production tab. Revelation gets tossed down. And yeah, Widow Mines, they're always an interesting unit, right? They can win a game for you. If they do friendly fire or they don't fire on the thing you want them to, they can definitely lose a game for you. They're a little bit unpredictable that way. So are we going for a 4 High Templar drop here? Dude, a quadruple High Templar storm drop would be brutal. Continue to toss Revelation down here. Where'd that War Prism go? I saw you over this way. There you are. Okay, so Oracle down, Phoenix taking some hits here. Not super ideal. So the War Prism not going for a drop. The War Prism is just part of, I think, just the general army composition. The War Prism keeps the High Templar away from stuff that wants to kill it or EMP it. Not that we have ghosts yet, but I think we're going to get there eventually, if I had to guess. Ooh, hang on. You can catch that War Prism. Yeah. Widow Mine's unloading. Hey, come back over this way, War Prism. We have some surprises for you. Bottom right base for Zest is coming up quite nicely. 4th base being built on the low ground by Clem, and actually kind of getting jumped on a little bit here. Where is the out of position a little bit? But coming from the backside, oh, the Storm drop. The War Prism doesn't actually take some direct hits, but oh, the High Templar, though, getting sniped a little bit. Big time warp in here from Zest. Getting a bunch of charge lots in against these Marines, and Zest, I think, won the battle on both sides there. He's trying to defend his third base. He's kiting up into his natural base, trying to defend that one too. SCV's getting pulled off the line and trying to help this base not die. SCVs are so good against Stalkers, really terrible against Zealots, as it turns out. And actually is the third base toast. This might just be it for Clem. I don't know why Zest pulled out there, to be honest with you. He's up 20 supply. He's up 10 supply in army. Maybe just don't overextend, right? You killed a ton of SCVs. Maybe you didn't get the orbital command. That's gonna be fine. Income check here is hugely favoring Zest, as we're not surprised by. Resources lost, 8,200 to 6,700. Clem has lost more on that count as well. Clem taking a fourth base at the 12 o'clock position. He's going for that Ghost Academy. As we said, we need some of that ghost stuff. Immortals getting double pumped out here. Robotics Bay on the way. I'm going to guess this was a Widowmine drop. 3 probes down is really not that big of a deal. Zest on top of that. Yeah, enough Marines Marauders here to be scary if you don't have any splash damage, and you don't. Oh, the Storm Drop's pretty effective. Did the Warp Prism die? Oh, I think the Widowmine got the Warp Prism, so okay. No, wait, did he sneak them out? Oh, free Immortal? No, Zest. You can't just be losing free Immortals like that. The Storm Drop was amazing, though. Ooh, maybe a couple free Archons. Oh, there's not a shield battery here. You can't overcharge it. Oh, crap. All right, so the Archons are dead, but a lot of bio died there, too. The Zealot counterattack up the backside. Never a good feeling at all. That was a probe, or a pylon, rather, that died. Clem macroing his little face-off with the Marines, the Marauders, and the Medivacs on the Warpath himself a little bit. But backing up. Clem's third base is alive. Clem's fourth base is done, but there's literally no saturation at it yet. There are, however, SCVs on the way, as we can tell by the number 9 above it. The expansion over here would not be bad. But yeah, this is turning into quite an impressive PvT. I think maybe this might be one of the games that people were most talking about after Katowice. And I can definitely see why here. This has been some non-stop action, it feels like, all over the map. Both these players just elite with their own sphere, within their own sphere. Zest, 165 supply. Is anybody maxed out? No. Income back up to Clem's side, creeping back up a little bit here. Excuse me, Mule is a good unit. And that's why keeping your orbitals alive is nice. Future Mules are incredible. Zealots just taking hits for the team here. And this base might be a little bit of... There's nothing coming to defend this base. Are you going to recall back here? What's going on? Well, you're pushing with your Colossus, which is fine. You're warping... I was going to say, warping in 1 Zealot's not going to help. Warping in 5 Zealots is going to do a better thing. Absolutely. He's like, where? Oh, the Widowmine already fired. Well, can't count on that at all. The kiting is annoying. But High Templar dies, and the Medivacs can recover from the damage. Look at this kiting. You're going to kill the Zealots, but like you got 2 Marauders left, and they're both extremely injured at the moment. Guardian Shield is up. I saw you. There you are. Medivac. Do we have 3 Colossus? We only have 2 Colossus. EMP is getting tossed down all over the place. Colossus, blah, blah. Storm in the mix as well. Medivac's getting picked out of the sky. Zest is pushing into this third base again in a very destructive manner for the second time today. Is there enough Marine Marauder to hold this off here? Colossus, 14 kills on that one, 4 on that one. Immortal's got 12 kills. He finally goes down. The Colossus are alive, but 19 more SCVs have died today. That's 72 SCVs in 15 minutes. 20 probes have gone down. Clem is doing his best here, but these dips into Zest advantage income-wise are huge and destructive. Again, Clem holds on to the 3rd command center, which is a really big deal for him. He needs those mules, and Zest hasn't taken a 5th base today. So that's the crazy thing, is that Zest is not like, oh, I guess I'll expand again. now that I've, killed an entire game's economy worth of SCVs for Clem. Clem somehow is at 50 workers at the moment. His recovery ability has been fantastic here. He's just continually pumping SCVs, never really stopping. That kind of hurts his ability to have a big army, as you can see right now. He is down, well, a little bit here. Man, he's done enough damage to Zest, and Zest is completely uninterested in taking a 5th base, and I don't know why. This is a traditionally pretty good 5th base to take on this map for Protoss especially. Look at his Marine. He's like, I'm going to assume there's not a base here. Maybe I'm in this game, says Clem. Zest marching forward again, though. The EMPs are absolutely beautifully placed, but how many Zealots are there? Not enough to march through, apparently. Storm gets caught on out. Once again, more SCVs are dying, as Zest has just made a habit today of parking right here on this base and killing all of the SCVs at Clem's 3rd forever and ever, amen. Oh, Colossus down. Colossus, gets saved by the Warp Prism. This is, again, Clem doing the Terran thing of just having enough stuff, enough units left over. Their damage output is enough to kill you if you stick around, and that's exactly what happened. Army supply is 55 to 42. This base has been removed. This has been devoid of SCVs several times today. That's 95 SCVs that have gone down. Resources lost, though, closer than you'd expect. 24,000 to 22,000. Zest has lost more than Clem has, even with the destruction of all of his income so many times. It's not all of it, but it's a huge chunk. I guess Stalkers, 23 Stalkers, 80 Zealots dying is a huge number of Zealots. Colossus hammering away at this 12 o'clock 4th base from Clem. Look, Clem also not taking a 5th. Zest finally taking a 5th base. Thank all that is holy there. Man, he had that 4th base up, I want to say it, 8, maybe 10 minutes. It's been a full 6 minutes. 7 minutes. He hasn't gotten a 4th base up. Clem pushing. High Templar dead, splitting a little bit against that Storm. Not the greatest split I've ever seen in my entire life. Kind of pre-splits there a little bit. This Colossus, though. 16 kill Colossus. Not bad. Look, it's not the 180-something kill Liberator from my Top versus Little Nicky game from last week. If you didn't watch that, because you're like, I don't care about these players, it is a GM-level professional Korean game from 2018. There are nukes involved. There's a Liberator that literally gets 180 kills. Go back and check it out. If you want, I will respond to your comment and request for a link in the comments with a link to the game. All right? All right. Whew, Clem has not been able to get 3-3 going. He's at 2-2. 3-3 is not on the way. He's had to spend a lot of resources on continuing to pump SCVs. He's at, somehow, again, 53 SCVs. His recoverability is ridiculous. He's lost almost 100 SCVs, and he's actually doing okay. That's a lot of Zealots, man. How much, anything do you have to handle this many Zealots? Well, Biota's okay. Especially if they have 3-3, though. I mean, that is generally the key. Look at that. Clem's got a 5th base rolling at the same time Zest has his 5th base rolling. Clem is staying alive here in a way that I did not expect him to be able to. This is such a Zealot-heavy comp here. This is crazy. All right, so 5th base in a lot of trouble all of a sudden. Does force a lift-off over there. There was an engagement over this way that Clem won pretty handily. They really want to kill that Warp Prism. Killing Warp Prisms is Protoss's least favorite thing to do, is losing Warp Prisms. 14 more SCVs die, kicking us over the century mark for SCV deaths. It's actually burning down. A repair would be nice, and there it is. Clem sniping? I think that was a High Templar snipe. Zest just comes back in with all of the Zealots known to Protoss kind. Clem standing in here. Actually, the splash damage is gone, and Zest is in a huge amount of trouble right now. Dude, is he... Okay, the Zealot's going for the sandwich, though. blinking forward, and actually Clem getting chomped to pieces here by the Zealots with the 2-2. +3 attack is almost done. That would be really nice, but look at this. Immortal down, and Zest has to blink out with his remaining Stalkers. Army supply 58 to 35 in favor of Clem at the moment. The splash damage appears to be 0. Zest's army right now goes 2 Archons. 2 Archons is the splash damage of Zest right now. Again, keeping these bases alive has been a huge play for Clem. I don't know why we're making so many Zealots today. It's actually a bit of a cause for concern if you're a Protoss fan. Whew. Ghosts in production now from Clem. 20 minutes in, both players are feeling tired, I bet. This has been a fairly exhausting game. Look who's still going gateway units. What the heck are you doing, Zest? Steady targeting, one-shotting Zealots. I mean, I'm not sure that's the greatest use of your ability, but hey, why not? Zest counterattack of all time here. Ends up backing out. I don't know what the heck killed 4 probes at all. None. No idea. Planetary is holding against this small attack of Zest's, but he's buying some time, right? Clem just scanned this location again to see if Zest had expanded there, and he hasn't. And again, I'm sure he's utterly confused by this. He's just like, what? How? Who? This is a tight game all of a sudden, man. Storm getting dropped. He's trying to steady target or snipe or something down that warp prism. Clem getting backed up, but again, this the concentrated power of Marine Marauder with +3 attack and stim is honestly fairly unassailable unless you have a good amount of splash damage. It's been the case for some time, and it's just not happening here from Zest today. He's got so many gateway units in a way that I don't quite understand his motivation for it. He's got some Storm, obviously, right? He's got a couple Archons. It's not like he's completely just making nothing with Splash, but like these Stalkers are not the long-term answer. Even with Fancy Blink Micro, which is exactly what we're seeing here from Zest, because what else do we expect from this guy? High Templar tries to get sniped, but stays alive and gets a Storm off instead. Gets his revenge. Clem up 103 to 87 army supply, and it's 43 to 44 worker count. It's 120 F7 SCVs dead and 34 probes dead, and Clem is even on worker count with his enemy. How? These young European players, man, you can try to murder their economy if you want, but they will just not go down. It will be back. It will be back sooner than you can ever expect. Widowmine free shot. Ooh, blinks out. Oh, but before. Blink dodge. Hot stuff there. Widowmine drops from Clem. Not getting any hits off at all. Medevac has to slowly escape because I'm guessing we used the boost earlier. We did, but it's back if you want to use it. All right, so Clem, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total bases. Zest, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total bases. Resources lost, 34 to 38. Zest continues to lose more and more resources as time goes on. APM higher for the young Terran player for sure. Oof. Oh, the drops. The Warp Prism sneaking around, dropping in Stormin where Clem is not expecting anything of the sort here. Terrans, how's your kiting, right? If you're not good at kiting with your bio, it's going to be hard to advance in StarCraft 2 ladder. It's such a core ability. If you just stand in there and fight, you're going to lose to Banelings. You're going to lose to Ultras. You're going to lose to Zealots and Colossus for sure. You got to be able to kite, man. And if you're Protoss, you got to be able to blink as well. Gonna recognize the time and be able to pull it off when you recognize the time is here. Clem is floating his main orbital command over to the top left for a 6th base. Still nothing here at all for Clem. I mean, rather, for Zest. Clem is scouting it, and very surprised at this fact. Both players at +3 attack. Oh, +3 armor just finished for Clem. So he's got 3-3 at 24 minutes, which is later than he wants it, but he was losing most of his economy. Oh, Warp Prism gets sniped. There's another Warp Prism, though. Of course, there's another Warp Prism. This is the 4th base. It feels like the 3rd base because there is, you know, a damaged orbital command here. SCV's coming down for the pull again. I'm not sure that's what we want to do, but Clem's been able and willing to destroy his own SCV count in order to win fights and have it pay off. This has been a crazy match, but there are 3 Colossus here. Clem may have just met his match. The Colossus are not dying. 17 kills, 13 kills, 8 kills. He hasn't had the Vikings to handle them. The micro by Zest has been insanely good. Keeping these Colossus alive was everything in that battle. However, Clem has that sneaky top left base, and Zest is mined out of 3 of his bases. He's effectively on 2 mining bases right now. Clem is effectively on, we'll call it charitably, 1.5 mining bases. The income says we're about even. How about that? How about effectively even income here at 26 minutes? Making 3 Vikings at a time, recognizing the Colossus were the big problem in that last battle. Top left base for Clem. That 6 base is under a big-time attack, and there's nothing here to defend it at all. Clem, buddy, get out of there. That might be game. Clem really needs that income to live. Hey, guess who didn't get on the recall train? These 2 Stalkers. Are they going to escape anyway? Probably. Stalkers are pretty slippery guys. Oh, then he just attacks up this way. Catches this orbital. I think that's your GG. I'm not sure that Clem can recover from this. He's going to lose the orbital for sure. There's enough anti-air for it to go down. He did actually land the base here and kept a lot of those SCVs alive, though. This is hard for me to call it GG. Oh, the Vikings taking hits from sentries. They're pretty squishy units, Vikings are. Okay, Sniper and Observer is not bad. I'm not sure you have any ghosts to take advantage of the lack of detection, but whatever. I think Clem needs to retake this base while continuing to mine from this base, and he'll be okay. The medevac's continuing to heal stuff up here. This has been, honestly, an incredible attack from both players. I am incredibly impressed by this. All right, so Zest bringing in more Archons, got the Colossus. The Viking count is not good. There's only 3 of them. Killing Colossus with +2 armor is a lot to ask here. You know, getting shots off. The Marauders recognizing the Colossus are kind of lagging behind, but no. Zest abruptly turns around, uses his Archons and his Zealots to keep his Colossus alive, and then, very cheekily, sneaks him out here. There's a Zealot attack coming into Clem's 1 source of income. Clem, buddy. Yeah, if Zest can push on that base, that's going to be it. I really don't know why Zest has not been expanding today. Oh, loses the medevac, and Zest is your winner in 28 minutes and 50 seconds. Oh, that was honestly an incredible PVT. No complaints about that at all. Oh, absolutely insane PVT. Does that get an epic tag? I don't know. I'm not sure. Oh, it quite fits the epic tag, but resources lost, end of the game, are about even. And again, considering where Zest was, losing more, than Clem a few minutes ago to be even means he made some really good trades over the last little bit. And yeah, absolutely he did. 41 Widow Mines down is a lot of Widow Mines, 223 Marines, 155 SCVs. It's a lot to lose 155 SCVs and not... it's a lot to lose that much and still win the game, right? Only 2 Colossus died for Zest. He ended up with 3, and those 3 were bosses for sure. 215 Zealots went down, 14 Archons. No bases died, which is huge for Zest. If you don't lose any Nexuses, you're going to be just fine. All right. Well, you know what? That's going to be it from me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Let me know in the comments if you think this was an epic game. I'm not entirely sold on it, but somebody can sell it to me. But yeah, that's going to be it from me. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.